Hello, everyone. I'm Professor Ben Aldrich, and I'd like to take a few minutes to explain a little bit about learning about music, Music 106, for this January term. I'm going to spend a bit of time making a few remarks about how the class is organized, what it's about, how you'll earn your grade, and also about how to navigate the D2L site for the class. So I'm going to do this just by working through the syllabus. I'm not going to read all of it to you, but I want to make sure that you understand everything about the class because there are some things about it that are a little bit unusual. At the very beginning, these are the learning outcomes of the class. I want you to become more avid, more intent, better informed listeners. And these are the various ways I'm going to help you work towards that. You all probably listen to music, probably hear music all the time, but you probably don't listen to it actively very much. And that's what this class is all about. The college's published information about the class may actually vary a little bit from the way this class is going to be taught. It's going to be an asynchronous online class, and the class meetings technically are flexible, but I'm going to make available information about each day's activity to you at 10 a.m. on each weekday, Monday through Friday. The college is requiring us to take attendance for the class. So the way that we're going to do that is I would like you all to log on sometime between 10 and 11 a.m. each day. Actually, I think you'll find that the class will go much more easily if you pick a certain time, set time aside to do the work on the class. And doing it beginning at 10 a.m. each day, I think you'll find will be very productive. So the main thrust of this portion of the syllabus is that you will need to work very steadily and stay involved. That's something that successful musicians have to do. This is a music appreciation course, and part of the appreciation is I've designed it in such a way that you're going to need to work the way musicians do to do well in the class. To that end, the assignments will each have just a 2-day window for completion, from 10 a.m. on the day that they're assigned until 9 p.m. the following day. You'll have a couple extra days at the very beginning to get used to the system, but that's how it will work after that. There will be 2 different sites that you will be visiting in your work on this class. One, obviously, is the D2L site. I'm going to spend some time with that in a minute. The other is the textbook site. The textbook, as you can see, The World of Music. David Willoughby is the author. You'll need to purchase access to this. You can do that just by clicking on this link. If you do that, it will take you to this page, and you will have prompts to follow for signing up and purchasing access to the class. So the access will give you access to the book. There are exercises that go with each of the chapters, homework assignments that go with them, questions to answer, listening examples, a glossary, lots of helpful information to flesh out the text portion of the book. The next portion of the syllabus talks about using the D2L site. So let's go take a look at that. When you come onto the D2L site, just get into the table of contents, and it will show you all of the various areas of content relating to this class. The course documents folder includes the syllabus, a guide for describing music, which will help you. A lot of the assignments are just describing pieces of music that you listen to. One of the ways that you will build your grade in this class is by writing reports on special topics. This is a document that shows you how I'd like you to write those reports. It's short and explains it pretty clearly. There's also a document with information about the first test. Because the tests are online, I want to make sure everybody's very comfortable doing that. Next in the table of contents, you can either access the McGraw-Hill site, the textbook site, through the link on the syllabus, or you can do it right here. Just click on that, click on this, and it will take you to the site. So you can do that to register for access to the equipment, to the textbook, excuse me. You can also use this to get to it if you don't have a tab. You should just put a tab for it out, but you can get to it this way as well. After that, each day at 10 o'clock, you should come here to daily activities. There will be assignments for you to do, all explained for each class day. I will also send you a note at 10 o'clock each day introducing the material as well. Some of the daily activities relate to assignments in the textbook. Some of them are separate from the textbook or in addition to the textbook, and you'll find them in this folder called the homework folder. I will always make it very clear to you where you should go to look for each day's work. NT is for non-text assignments. So this is an assignment relating to rhythm, which I will be speaking about. And you will do each of these assignments in this folder. After the due date for the assignment, after the assignment comes due, you will see answers to these assignments. So after the due date, you should come back to this assignment, listen to the music again while you're reading my answers. I will make remarks on the answers that you supply, but in addition to that, you're going to find it very helpful to read through these answers and listen to the music again. And they are part of the course material, what I write in the answers. Daily activities, the homework, special topics. There will be a total of 10 of these, and these are also class material. You will need to write a 500-word report about this first one. Beyond that, you're welcome to write reports about any of the others that you would like, but it's not required. However, you'll need to do 4 or 5 out of the 10 to ensure getting a good grade in the class. That's the way the course is structured. The aspect of this that relates to music appreciation is not only do musicians have to work steadily, which is why I have the short turnaround time for the assignments, musicians also need to be self-motivated. So you'll need to make decisions about which of these reports after the first one that you want to write about. But remember that they are also course material. All right, and finally, of course, there are tests. At the very beginning of the class, you'll have access to the syllabus quiz. This is very simple, 20 questions about the syllabus. You will have unlimited attempts to answer the questions correctly. So if you answer the questions and you get 12 out of 20 and you're not happy with that, you can go back and do it again and improve your score. The homeworks for the textbook and this exam, the syllabus quiz, those assignments, you'll have unlimited attempts to answer all the questions correctly. This also will get you a little bit used to taking a test online in an unpressured situation. The remaining tests, test 1, the midterm, and test 3, they will have 50 questions each, all multiple choice, and you'll have an hour to answer those questions. They will also be available. There will be a 2-day window of availability for each of these tests. The final exam, like any regular final, will be available for 2.5 hours, and that'll have 100 questions on it. That's the deal with the tests. Coming back to the syllabus, there's information about the tests. It says a 3-day time window for each of the tests. If there's any change in that, I'll let you know well in advance, but you'll have plenty of time to do that. So you'll have 1 hour from whenever you log on. Most students finish these tests in less than half an hour. So when you get to the test, you shouldn't be concerned about it. All multiple choice questions, the questions will appear one at a time, and the order of the questions will be scrambled, will be random. So taking the test with other members of the class will probably be counterproductive, will not be at all helpful. Moving on. Specific information about what will be on each of the tests. It's all right here. You have that information in advance. Now, as far as grading goes, because you all bring different levels of musical experience to the class, I have come around to basing the grade on a cumulative point system. So you will earn points for all of the various things you do. There are 4 different ways to do that. Textbook assignments, non-text assignments, reports on special topics, and the tests. And you will just build up points as the term goes along. Remember that report writing is a way that's flexible. You can write more reports or fewer reports. So for example, if you happen to do poorly on the midterm and you feel like you need to make up some points, you can write an extra report or 2 to do that. So this is a table of point totals that relate to the different letter grades. So to earn an A in the class, you'll need to reach 650 points. A B, 560, in that range will be a B. That's how this works. All right, so Bear in mind that there are only 19 days for you to do an entire semester's worth of work. So, like I said, you'll need to stay right on top of it, not get behind in the work, and that's how that works. Here's my email address. If you have questions or you want to set up a Zoom meeting to talk with me about anything in particular, you're welcome to do that. The remainder of the syllabus is just regular language from the college about various services that you have access to. So, please remember, if you want to access the textbook before a class begins, anytime from now on, you can just use that link that appeared earlier in the video. You can use that to purchase the access, and if you want to get an early start on the textbook, you're welcome to do that. The assignments won't appear until the term begins. Please remember, like I said, we're required to take attendance, so you will need to check in, log into the class each class day, every weekday, sometime between 10 and 11, so that I can submit attendance for the class. Please feel free to contact me anytime with any questions, and I'm looking forward to working with you as we learn about music.